The Hook Man. It's the classic story of a young couple parked on a lonely road, enjoying each other's company. Suddenly, they hear a news bulletin on the radio. A murderer with a hook for a hand has escaped from a nearby institution. Panicked, they drive away, only to discover a bloody hook hanging from the car door handle later. This story plays on the fears of vulnerability and the unknown, making it a staple of urban legend lore. The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. Imagine babysitting in a quiet house when the phone rings. A strange voice asks, "Have you checked on the children?" As the calls persist, the babysitter grows more frightened. The police trace the call, only to reveal the shocking truth. The calls are coming from inside the house. This legend taps into the primal fear of being watched, especially in what should be a safe space. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary is a name that sends shivers down the spine of anyone who has dared to chant it in front of a mirror. According to the legend, if you say her name 3 times while looking into a mirror in a darkened room, her ghost will appear, sometimes to reveal the future, but more often to bring something far more sinister. The origins of Bloody Mary are murky, but the legend persists as a rite of passage for those brave, or foolish, enough to try. 4. The Killer in the Back Seat. In this story, a woman is driving home when she notices a car behind her, flashing its lights repeatedly. Terrified, she speeds up, thinking she's being followed. When she finally stops, she learns the horrifying truth. The other driver was trying to warn her about a killer hiding in her back seat. This legend plays on the fear of the unknown and the danger lurking just out of sight. 5. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. A driver picks up a hitchhiker, usually a young woman, who seems normal enough until she mysteriously disappears from the car without a trace. Later, the driver discovers that the hitchhiker was a ghost, often of someone who died tragically on that very road. This legend taps into our fears of the supernatural and the unexplained. 6. The Kidney Heist. The kidney heist is a modern urban legend that preys on our fears of exploitation and bodily harm. The story goes that a traveler is drugged by a stranger, only to wake up in a bathtub full of ice, with a note telling them to call 911 because their kidneys have been harvested. This tale, while far-fetched, serves as a warning about the dangers of trusting strangers and the terrifying possibilities of the black market. 7. The Choking Doberman. In The Choking Doberman, a couple returns home to find their dog choking. They rush it to the vet, only to discover that the dog was choking on a human finger. When they return home, they find an intruder in the house, missing a finger. This legend is particularly unsettling because it suggests that danger can strike even in the safety of our homes, and that our pets might be the first to sense it. 8. Alligators in the Sewers. Alligators in the Sewers is a legend that claims large alligators live in the sewers of major cities, particularly New York. The story suggests that these reptiles, originally pets, were flushed down toilets when they were small and have since grown to massive sizes, surviving in the underground labyrinth. While there's no solid evidence to support this, the legend persists, feeding on our fears of the unknown lurking just beneath our feet. 9. Slender Man. Slender Man is one of the most famous modern urban legends, born from internet forums and quickly spreading into real-life folklore. Slender Man is depicted as a tall, faceless figure in a black suit who stalks, abducts, or traumatizes children. While created as a fictional character, Slender Man has become the subject of numerous stories, games, and even criminal cases, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. 10. The Black-Eyed Children. Finally, we have the Black-Eyed Children, a legend that tells of encounters with children who have completely black eyes. No whites, no irises, just pure black. These children are said to appear at people's homes, asking to be let in, and those who encounter them report feelings of intense dread. The origins of this legend are unclear, but the stories are unsettling, tapping into deep-seated fears of the unnatural and unknown.